points. But we're back on the line again, this time with the Aprilia RS 1000 Mils, or Milias it's now known in Italian. There's number one, the defending champion. That's of course our old friend Marshall Neal. Lights go to green, here we go. Who's going to get that all-important first corner? Marshall Neal, keep an eye out for 58. Steve Booker, he was on pole, and Booker would like to take this championship this year away from Marshall Neal. Bearing in mind, Marshall Neal also rides in one of the 250 classes, so some of these lads do make sure they get a good day's racing. But it's Neal that leads it, the defending champion. Booker looks to be back there in second place on the 58 bike, indeed he is. Steve Bullimore on the 21 bike in there as well. Now again, remember, this is a production class. They're all 1000cc Aprilia Mili. Mili means 1000 in Italian. They're all identical. They're not allowed to change the cans. They're on treaded tyres. They're allowed to do minor suspension tuning, although I must admit these bikes are semi-race bikes anyway that you can buy out of a shop. Cost you the best part of about £9,000 for one of these, but they are gorgeous machines, and boy do they sound fantastic when they come through. Sounds like a flight of World War II Spitfires going overhead when these boys come past. It really is a gorgeous sound. So it's Neal, the champion, in the lead from 58. Steve Booker in second place. Bullimore 21 is there as well. Keep an eye out for number 6, John Rhodes, and number 17, Chad Hasme. They'll be up there as well. It's a class that's growing. They started this class last year. They had about 15 on the grid last year. We've got about 30 or plus now, so it is growing. It's a very good way to get into racing. These bikes, you can literally, well, you can almost ride them home, to be perfectly honest. They are virtually road legal machines, with the except they don't have lights indicators. You don't need lights on a road going bike. If you do have them, they must work. If you don't have them, it doesn't matter. But you must have indicators and a brake light. That's the standard MOT situation here in the UK. 58 then goes for the lead. Steve Booker decided he no longer wants to play bridesmaid to the man in front, who is now in second place, Marshall Neal, and he's off. So can Marshall Neal close the gap once again on the man in front, Steve Booker, or is he going to have to come home in second place? Well, he didn't win every race last year, but he won the championship. That was good enough. But this man does indeed want to change the number on the front of that bike from 58 to 1 for next year. We'll have to wait and see. They don't have a round. Mallory Park is the next round of this MRO series. They don't have a round there, but they do have a round at Alton Park, which is round 3 of the MRO series. So in fact that would be round 2 of this Aprilia series. Sounds complicated, but there you are. You'll get to understand it as we go on through the year. So 58, Steve Booker has it at the moment, and he's beginning to pull away from number 1, Marshall Neal. Who's behind him in third place at the moment? It looks like number 9, I think that is. Yes indeed, Darren Jones. And he's got 21 there behind him, Steve Bullimore. So Jones really has charged through the field to get up into third place. Great ride from him. Now can he hang on to it? He's got a whole string of riders there right behind him, just dying to put him down a place or two, and I'm sure they will maybe before the end of the race, but it's still number 9 that has it. Darren Jones, third place. Number 10 there, just going through. That's Gerard Frost. And Gerard, another regular competitor in this class, but here they come, they're swarming all over. Second place man, John Rhodes, number 6 there, trying to find a way past. We've got a back marker there, 34, that's Mike Edwards, and he's going to go down a lap. He's already gone down a lap to the first 2. He's going to go down a lap to this swarming bunch of Aprilias that are just closing down on him. It's still 9 from 21, and then 6, I think it is, John Rhodes. But for third place, it's not been decided yet. First and second may be settled, but third place surely isn't settled at the moment, because they're all having a look and go at that one. Remember, it's 25 points for a win, 20 points for second, 16 points for third. So it's important to end up in third. That is 10. Gerard Frost there, another regular competitor in this class. You remember last year he took a bit of a tumble at Mallory Park, and we got a change here for third. It's 21, Steve Bullimore outbreaking number 9 there, and Darren Jones I think has slipped back another place, because number 6, no, not quite, number 6 there, John Rhodes was looking for a way through, ran wide, lucky to hang on to that, lucky he didn't end up in the kitty litter there, and that would have been a one-way ticket back to the paddock, I can assure you, in the back of the recovery van. So there's your new third place man, number 21. Steve Bullimore looking to take that 16 points to round 2 at Alton Park. 58 is the man that leads the race convincingly, Steve Booker. Marshall Neal is the man behind him in second place on the number 1 bike, the defending champion, and I really don't think he's going to catch him. Booker in a class of his own here today, likes this Brands Hatch circuit. Bike absolutely set up perfectly for it. He's stormed off with this. He's just going to cruise round now unless he makes a mistake. 1 or 2 back markers out in front of him, but I don't think they're going to be a problem. There's one of them, 32 I think it is, just going through, and that's Alan Stevens. And our race leader will go past him. I think he's on his last lap now, heading towards the checkered flag. Here he is, Steve Booker. That's a name you're going to get to remember. You're often going to see him out the front in these Aprilia 1000 races. He gets the checkered flag then, so it's a clear win for Steve Booker. Marshall Neal will come home in second place. Nice ride from him nevertheless. Third place should go to 21. It does indeed. Steve Bullimore gets third place. John Rhodes into fourth, and Chad Hasme came through to take fifth. Great racing here from Brands Hatch.